Silicon Valley oligarchs are more powerful than the President of the United States, and they want you to know it. Everywhere, the assault on speech accelerates. Glenn Greenwald is an independent journalist, co-founder of The Intercept, now found on Substack. We're happy to have him on tonight. You are a longstanding civil libertarian. Glenn, thanks for joining us. Please assess what you're seeing now in the United States.
Well, one thing I think that we're clearly seeing is the initiation of a new war on terror, which I don't say lightly. I say that because the Biden administration, what will be the Biden administration in about a week, is saying explicitly that they want, first of all, a new law to further criminalize domestic terrorism, even though every act that constitutes domestic terrorism is already criminalized. What they want to do is increase their power to monitor political groups, to infiltrate them, to criminalize activities that currently are not criminalized, nor should they be, whether it be advocacy of speech or other things. They're saying they want a new law, similar to the way that the 9/11 attack and the emotions surrounding it was instantly seized upon to institute a whole series of new laws that endure to this very day. Secondly, they are explicitly saying that they believe that domestic terrorism, so this war on terror, is not going to be directed at foreign non-state actors or terrorist groups or foreign countries like China or Iran or Russia. It's going to be directed inward, is the greatest threat to national security. And we've talked about this before, that this is what they're likely going to do because they have been focused for so long. Media outlets have, the Democratic Party has, on Donald Trump, and increasing fear levels about him. That's been the key to their profits and their power. What will happen once he's gone? The strategy has always been clear: to inflate the risk of what they call white supremacist terrorism, which increasingly means nothing more than being a Trump supporter, and then treating people in the United States who fall into that category the way you treat terrorists. You monitor them, you surveil them, you restrain them, you detain them. And this is what they're saying explicitly. And the Silicon Valley component of this is particularly menacing, Tucker, because these companies have greater power than any corporations in the history of the world. Not just wealth, but the amount of data that they have on us and now the control that they exercise over our political discourse. A tiny handful of tech oligarchs are more powerful than any nation state. They determine what we can hear, what we can speak, what is true and what is false, with zero accountability and zero transparency. They overwhelmingly donated to the Democratic Party and support the Democratic Party, are part of that coalition. And Jennifer Palmieri, a top-level, long-term advisor to the Clintons, boasted on Twitter that the reason that Facebook and Silicon Valley are now censoring the enemies of the Democratic Party is because they know the Democrats are now in control of the key committees and have to do their bidding in order to get what they want. But the reality is they're the ones who wield power, Silicon Valley does, and the rest of us are subject to their undemocratic and unaccountable whims.
You've been saying this for 20 years, and almost 20 years ago you said laws like this will be used against American citizens. And I want to confess, I thought you sounded paranoid at the time, but you were right. And I want to acknowledge that now. You were right. And we should be really, really concerned. Glenn Greenwald, I know we'll be talking to you a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you.